right, welcome everybody to today's cacao ceremony. We got Gilbert here with me live, and we're gonna start off with a little journal exercise. Then we'll we'll move the bodies for a little bit, and we'll get into some breath work. So hopefully you've got some cacao with you, and we'll just start off by taking a few moments to drop in and arrive. And so even if you don't have cacao, it's a good time to just drop in and arrive. So we're going to start off with a little time for that, little meditation, little time for you. If you do work with cacao already, you have your own form of dropping in with it, your own ritual. This is a time to do that. So I'm going to just keep this sound journey going and just give us a few moments to arrive, get our journals ready, set our intention with our cacao, and then we'll get into the journal exercise. So a few moments to arrive and drop in. All right, is it sounding okay so far, Gilbert? Music coming through good? All right. I want to make sure before we get too far along. So now we'll get our journals out. We'll keep the sound journey going, setting the space with the sounds of the jungle, the rain, the mystique, the mystery of the jungle. And we'll start with a few journal prompts. All right, so our first one today, we're getting right into it. We want to open the heart today. So where am I pretending things are fine when something inside me knows they're not? So we'll take some time to sit with that in just a couple moments to express ourselves. Share it again. Where am I pretending things are fine when something inside me knows they're not? We can go a little deeper into that with a little bit of a follow-up here. What has my body been trying to tell me that my mind has been too busy to hear? This is kind of similar along the same lines. What has my body been trying to tell me that my mind has been too busy to hear? All right, we're going to keep it moving here. You can always take a little bit of extra time on the prompts that are calling to you. But I'm going to feed a few more. If fear, money, and other people's opinions were removed entirely from the equation, what would I be moving toward right now? I'll repeat that one more time. If fear, money, and other people's opinions were removed from the equation entirely, what would I be moving toward right now? And a little follow-up, little deeper into that. What does my heart keep returning to, no matter how many times I dismiss it? This may be a tough one for some of you. What does my heart keep returning to, no matter how many times I dismiss it? All right, got two more prompts for us today, and we'll get into the activation portion. So the next one, what am I currently saying yes to that deserves a no? And what am I currently saying no to that deserves a yes? And what would change if I honored both? What am I currently saying yes to that deserves a no? And what am I saying no to that deserves a yes? And what would change if I honored both? All right, so I'm gonna actually save the last prompt, a prompt and a half, maybe two prompts, for after we do the breath. I think they land a little better after we do the breath, so we'll come back to them. So we'll set the journals aside for the time being, and we'll start to move the body a little bit, stretch the body. We're preparing for the breath work a little bit, so we'll just set a timer here for a few minutes and just give ourselves some time. I like to do cat-cow, a little bit of stretching, a light exercise, nothing too intense. It's just a gentle activation. It's going to open the lungs up a little bit, stretch the body, prepare us for the breath. So now's the time for that. We'll do about 5 minutes here, just a little bit of time to connect with the body and give the body what it needs. So let's do that. All right, now that was about 5 minutes. So now we're going to spend a little bit of time shaking. We want to shake off whatever we're carrying in with us. We want to give ourselves an opportunity to release a little bit of that. So we go into the breath work a little bit lighter, a little bit more open. So 30 seconds to shake, shake, shake. Let's get started. Last 5 seconds. Shake, 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 shake. Deep breath in. Pause. Exhale, release. Now we'll gently find our way back to a seated position to begin with. We're getting ready to drop into our extended breathwork session for today. It's a journey. And especially when working with cacao here, cacao's a powerful medicine for a rebirth. But in order to be reborn, there's a part of us that needs to die. And that's part of this journey that we're going to go on, this breathwork journey. The death. Letting things go, letting go of the parts of us that are no longer serving us, the parts of us that are holding us back, the parts of us that are thinking about the other people's opinions, money, fear that we wrote about in a journal exercise, that are getting in the way of us living life as we want to live it. So we work on releasing that in this breathwork journey. It's a hero's journey of sorts. And each round, we come out of it growing a little bit changed. So first, we dig our roots into the ground. We have to root ourselves before we rise. We got to dig our roots down. We got to be strong and grounded. And then we ignite our fire. The element of transformation. We burn through, we purify, burn through the past and everything that we're ready to let go of. And then we surrender. we go into a surrender phase where we let go of everything and go into deep stillness. We pause the breath and we surrender and we let go. That's where that part of us dies a little bit each round. And then we emerge anew. We come out the other side. After the breath hold, we take a deep breath in, and that deep breath that is in is breathing new life into the new version of us. So we want to have a clear vision, a clear intention of what are we letting go of and who are we becoming. And if we do this, each round of this breath work, little by little, we start to become a little bit more of that. It doesn't all happen in one session. It doesn't all happen in one moment. But little by little, if we work on it, if we keep our mind there, we can become it. And so that's what we're going to be working on today. It's a practice. And at the same time, it's game time. It's real. It's happening. And the opportunity is for us to emerge from this ceremony slightly changed, a slightly new version of ourselves, slightly more aligned with our heart and that hero of our own story of sorts. The life that we want to live can be a great story. We got to see ourselves as the hero of that story. So I invite you to go on this journey with me, seeing yourself as the hero of your own story. And this is the journey where you start to become a little bit more of that. So let's get into our extended breath work for the day. And so you can lie down or do this sitting up, but at some point you're probably going to want to lie down. If you are sitting up, at some point you can transition into lying down. This is so in that surrender phase, in that death portion, you can let go completely. It's kind of a little difficult to let go completely if we're still holding an upright posture. We can let go a little bit more when we're lying down. So if you do want to start sitting up, that's fine. And just when you're ready to go deeper and surrender deeper, I invite you, you can always transition at any point to lying down. So with that being said, find your comfortable position and let's get into our breath work for today. And when you're ready, you can bring your eyes closed. Begin to bring your awareness to your breath, preparing for this hero's journey, this journey of yours, to let go of those parts of you that are no longer serving your mission, your story. through the nose, out through the mouth, the gentle sigh. Rhythmic breathing regulates the nervous system and digs those roots down deep, feeling grounded, rooted. With every exhale, feel the weight being supported by Mother Earth. Feeling that connection with something deeper. Falling into that support from Mother Earth. Receiving the support. And digging those roots deeper into the ground. With every exhale, your roots grow deeper. Building that strength, that stability. Emotional strength, that emotional stability. Take a deep breath in, hold for just a moment. Let go, release. And let's pause here for just a few moments. Each round will go deeper. So just getting warmed up here. A little pause. A little letting go. A little bit of a surrender here. Now when you're ready, take a deep breath in. Get ready for another round. Same breath rhythm. Digging our roots down a little deeper. Regulating our nervous system and building strength in that. Going from reactivity to stability. transform that pattern of reactivity into stability. Into a calm and collective demeanor. This rhythmic breathing builds strength. Strength. We're digging our roots down deep. Feeling those roots dig deeper with every exhale. Transforming that pattern of reactivity to stability. Rooting before you rise. Finding stability in the rhythm, regulating the nervous system, building strength. And take a deep breath in. Letting go, a little surrender. Allowing those old patterns to fade into the darkness. To dissolve into emptiness. To disappear into the void. emerging from the darkness as a new version of yourself. Holding in that vision of the new you. Staying in that meditative state. Imagining that new version of you emerging at the end of this session, at the end of this ceremony. Beginning to visualize what that will look like, beginning to feel what that will feel like. We begin round 3. Picking up the pace of the breath a little bit, beginning to gently ignite that inner fire, the element of transformation. A little bit more. Now, breath of fire. This can be in and out through the nose, or it can be in and out through the mouth. Beginning to burn through those old patterns. Take a deep breath in. You know the drill. Let go. Fall into the stillness, into the void. Surrender. That fire purified and burned through something. You can let it dissolve here. You can let it disappear. You can finally let go. And when you're ready, emerge from that darkness, from that void, a little bit lighter. You take a deep breath in. And hold in your fullness. Hold in the light. We get ready to go a little deeper. Another round of death and rebirth. First, we gather ourselves. We root ourselves with a rhythmic breathing. Preparing for another round of letting go, another surrender. First with the rooting, the grounding. We gotta root before we rise. Now we pick up the pace a little more. Preparing. we begin. Breath of fire. Take a deep breath in. Feel that energy rise. The fire burning. Release. Fall. Let go. Be still. Be empty. Take a deep breath in. Each round we go deeper, preparing for the final surrender. But here we got another round in front of us. You know the drill. Regulate, dig those roots into the ground. Find your footing for the journey ahead. Find your ground. Now we pick up the pace. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Now we go breath of fire. Ignite that fire. Purify. What are you burning it through right now? What are you ready to let go of? What's the pattern? What's the fear? What's the worry? Burn through it. Final round. This is where you go deep. You know the rhythm, you know the pattern. An extended breath of fire at the end, preparing for deep surrender. And we slowly begin to emerge from this darkness, this stillness, a deep stillness in the body, a deep stillness in the mind. Choosing very gently, very carefully how we begin to move, how we begin to awaken, emerging from this darkness, this stillness, slightly lighter, slightly changed, reborn. Beginning to gently move, wiggling the fingers and the toes.
Welcome.
Rotating the wrists and ankles. And gently taking your time to find your way back up to a seated position. Taking your time, being gentle with yourself, emerging anew. And we come back with our eyes closed, sitting, and just taking another moment to check in after that journey. Check in to see how you feel and where you're at now compared to when you came into the session. Noticing any subtle differences. And now, before we close out our ceremony or session, we've got a couple more journal prompts where we're going to check back in with the heart now. So take your time and grab your journal. We've got 2 more prompts that'll help us prepare to move forward into the world. Moving a little different, moving a little bit more in alignment. So, first, we want to think about, we want to feel, go a little deeper. Now that we've connected with the heart, we've activated the heart, what area of my life have I drifted furthest from what actually matters to me? And what small, honest step could I take this month to come back? What area of my life have I drifted furthest from what actually matters to me? And what small, honest step could I take this month to come back? one more. Beneath the goals, the plans, and the roles that I play, what's the truest thing I'm here to do or become? Is the life I'm living right now in service of that or in avoidance of that? I want to go a little deeper here. Beneath the goals, the plans, and the roles that I play, what's the truest thing that I'm here to do or become? And is the life that I'm living right now in service of that or in avoidance of that? It's time to be honest with ourselves. There's a deeper knowing within you. You know that you're here to do something or become something. Are you living in alignment? All right, so now we're going to open up for a little sharing, little círculo de palabras, circle of words. So I'll go first. So, because I'm here in the ceremony, I'm here in the circle with Gilbert here live and with anybody else that may be watching this later on. But what stood out to me is in the beginning when where am I pretending that things are okay? And my answer when I came to the journal prompts at the end, it sort of shifted. There was a financial worry, pretending things are okay. And then in the end, when I revisit, it's like, yeah, that's important because of the world we live in, but it's not, there's so much deeper things, and the life that I'm living is in alignment of those deeper things. Sure, the finances could be better, sure that, but I am living in alignment. I am living in service of that deeper calling. So there was a shift there in recognition of that, which really stood out to me as I was writing. I kind of looked back over to the page from before and just noticed that how less important, I'll say, because it definitely still has an importance, but how that shifted. So that's my share. Gilbert, how was the session for you? And you want to share anything from the prompts or from the breathwork experience or anything that's in your heart right now?
Yeah, that was the breath work was very powerful and just amazing how it, with the cacao, brings up exactly what needs to be addressed. Right, everything comes right to the surface. So, and again, it's going back to what I intended for in the December uh, breath work, and getting back to more adventure and traveling and visiting sacred sites. And so that seems to be coming back again. And I'm just kind of in a little bit of a holding pattern here, and I have to get back to that. So, and looking for, while I'm doing that too, traveling and looking for community, because eventually I want to, get out of the craziness of the U.S. and find a place to live that's a little less hectic, let's say.
Beautiful. And
Yeah.
yeah, I love that. I love that that keeps coming up for you. It shows how important it is to you. And every time, not maybe not every time, but a lot of times when we go back deep in with the cacao and breath, that we come back to that, like the journal prompt of, what keeps coming up no matter how many times I let it go. And that's, that old saying, let it go. And if it comes back to you, it's yours. It's the same way with the heart, but sometimes it's that calling that keeps coming up, and it shows how important it is to us. So it's beautiful that you continue to acknowledge that and pursue that. And it's not always like, hey, drop everything and let's go. We got to go now, because that's not sustainable. But there's something deeper there for you. So it's beautiful that that continues its presence in your life. And yeah, I'm excited to see that continue to play out and
Yeah.
be there along the way, hopefully, at some
Yeah.
point. So, all right. So that was our ceremony for the day. And I'll stop the recording here, and then Gilbert and I will hang out for a little bit more if he has a little bit more time. But we'll close out the ceremony there. I thank you all, everybody that will be doing this, hopefully later on. And hope you enjoyed this experience. And hopefully you'll join us live at some point. And join us in the circle of words, in the sharing, and in the live experience to harness that group energy. There's definitely something live, something to doing it live here. And maybe Gilbert would like to share a little bit more about that. I know Gilbert's had some experiences with that. So any last words, Gilbert, to invite maybe some people to come join us live, or anything else you want to share about the live experience?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, the more the merrier. I mean, it's definitely, the energy is increased when we get a few people together, and it's powerful on its own. But when you have a few people that are breathing together, and things get amplified. And so I invite anyone to just join.
I love it. So that's going to do it for the recording. Thank you all, and hope to see you guys soon.